We are in Denmark, which is the leader of wind energy. We have a president in the US called Obama who promised change. But the wind farms of Vestas, the biggest Danish company, are folding up because there is no credit available. All the talk of building a renewable energy economy in the US is empty. The oil industry won't make way in a hurry. The automobile industry won't make way in a hurry. The chemical fertilizer industry and the GMO industry won't say, let's go ecological. So these powerful interests have got too used to making money out of anything. And more recently, they've got too used to hijacking governments and turning them into corporate states and letting them do the dirty work for them. That's why the COP15 is in such a crisis. It's an expression of corporate abuse of governmental power. We need to give democracy back to the people.
I think the whole discussion of hope, fingers crossed, Copenhagen is utterly ridiculous and juvenile, frankly. There's no point in hoping for something that is not on the negotiating table. The deal that would reduce emissions to the extent that emissions need to be reduced according to what the science tells us is not on the table.
A major shift is taking place. If you look at the top of the pyramid of power in the world, it seems to be very static. But if you look at the bottom, there's huge rumblings. And I feel the biggest achievement of Copenhagen would be if the countries that are victims of climate change do not become partners of a deceitful agreement that is designed to continue the pollution, that is designed to give a free hand to corporations, that is designed to undo the binding framework of the UN Climate Treaty. The walkout of Barcelona by the African countries, I interpret it as a Gandhian satyagraha. Gandhi refused to obey the salt laws. Third world countries are refusing to be part of an international agreement that's not an agreement.
The level of financing that's being discussed is an insult. We're talking about $10 billion max. Every single credible estimate starts at $100 billion in terms of what is needed for adapting to climate change. Mitigation, which is actually allowing countries to leapfrog over fossil fuels and go to clean technologies, which is what we really need. The UN, team of UN researchers puts that at 500 to 600 billion.
10 years down the line from Seattle, we have the same forces that brought us the WTO, trying to now invade into the environmental treaties to expand the commodification of the last forest on Earth, the taking over of the last patch of land on Earth. And they've gone so arrogant, they don't realize, they don't look back and say, we were stopped in Seattle, we were stopped in Cancun, we were stopped in Hong Kong. Doha hasn't moved since 2001. Something is seriously wrong with the way we are making decisions, and people are not listening anymore. Yet there's this arrogance that says the signatories of the UN framework on climate change don't count, third world countries don't count, hundreds of thousands of people from the ecological movement, farmers' movements, indigenous movements, women's movements who've gathered here, they don't count. 5 countries will gang up, bring out a Danish draft. Obama will talk to the Chinese premier and talk to someone else and bring out a dismantling agenda for the UN framework on climate change.